Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be an interesting topic. I am going to be talking about why we idolize Patrick Bateman. That's right, we're going to be talking about the movie American Psycho. It's obvious that there's a certain demographic that loves this character. I'm going to give examples of why Patrick Bateman is appealing to toxic men and how that has kept the movie alive for 22 years even though it failed in the box office. There are a lot of characters that are idolized by people even though they're not supposed to be. Rick Sanchez, the Joker, Tyler Durden, Patrick Bateman, etc. Characters who are extreme in quality but loved by their certain niche audience. So why does this only appeal to men? I believe it is a compensation for a perceived lack of masculinity. I think that this causes them to idolize characters who have an exaggerated sense of masculinity. Now, what is masculinity? Well, it's a socially constructed idea of how men are supposed to behave. And there's a healthy amount of masculinity, of course. This isn't a video about why you shouldn't be masculine. But examples of an unhealthy amount of masculinity are resorting to violence, misogyny.
There are no girls with good personalities.
Driving an F-150. Sorry, I don't know why I put that in there. Anyways, let's get into our examples using Patrick Bateman. Extreme behaviors and violence. Sex, money, and violence are all things that are correlated with masculinity very often. And this movie uses all three of those to portray Patrick Bateman as a toxic person. His behaviors are very self-obsessed when it comes to like his status and flaunting his money. When he's with prostitutes, he's only looking at himself. And then the violence speaks for itself. I can't count how many people he kills in this movie. The point is he's supposed to be an unlikable character, but then why do people idolize this unlikable character? Is this exaggerated masculinity something that emasculated men want to be? The answer is yeah. But is it what they should be?
No.
So on to example number 2. These characters that I mentioned before, Tyler Durden, Rick Sanchez, tend to have the same worldview. They're all the Sigma male, the lone wolf. A big point that American Psycho makes is that Patrick Bateman is never himself around other people, and he can only reveal himself alone. At night, when he's showing his true self and when he's killing people, and that's why he mostly killed people at night. But then his thirst for blood was causing him to have to continue during the day. All of these characters make nihilistic commentaries on society, especially the Joker. But yeah, Patrick Bateman's entire world is status. He wears a Valentino suit. He gets his hair cut somewhere expensive. He always has to have the luxurious like restaurant reservations. Materialism, consumerism, materialism. Obviously the movie is a satire on these things as well. You can argue that a little bit of materialism isn't a bad thing, but Patrick Bateman has a nervous breakdown over a business card that looks identical to his because his just can't compare in quality to him. Another thing to mention about this movie is that Patrick Bateman isn't supposed to be a standout character. They're all supposed to be the same. He gets mistaken for a guy named Marcus by Paul Allen because they're all the same. In fact, they're probably all psycho murderers under their public masks. After that business card scene, Bateman feels emasculated. He feels like he is not as good as Paul Allen because of the business card. So he has to do something that puts him back up on the hierarchy. So he finds someone that's lower than him. So he goes out and he murders a homeless person, and that's the first kill we see in the movie. Which brings me to my next topic, power fantasy. I think one of the defining traits of toxic masculinity is power fantasy. With Rick Sanchez, it's his intelligence. He's a genius, and people that miss the point of Rick and Morty would say that they want to be smart like Rick, or they in fact are smart like Rick. In the Joker, it's influence. He has crowds of people wearing the same clown makeup and rioting because of what he did. And with Patrick Bateman, it's wealth, his status. All three of these things are seen as masculine qualities: intelligence, wealth, influence, and there's more. And those things aren't inherently bad, but there's always too much of a good thing. But his wealth allows him to indulge in his other toxic behaviors, like hiring prostitutes, indulging in materialism to an absurd degree. And the movie really digs on the materialism. I mean, after he murders Paul Allen, he's basically caught hiding the body, and all they care about is, where did you get that overnight bag? It's not because the other characters are stupid, it's because they are focused on the wrong things. And what's dangerous about these characters is that they reflect people in real life that actually resort to violence and other toxic things. And this video isn't going to tell you what to do about that. I don't know what can be done about that. The entire premise of American Psycho is to critique male behavior. That's a statement by Bret Easton Ellis, the author of the book. It's also a statement by Mary Harron, the director of the movie. If you didn't know the movie was directed by a woman, I bet you'd be in shock now, because I feel like some of the people this video is about would never watch the movie again now that they know that a woman directed it. I once heard that when this movie came out, it was bashed by protesters because it perpetuated violence against women. And I thought, well, that's stupid because it's a satire, obviously. And I now realize that it doesn't matter that it's a satire. People will take what they want from this movie. It's kind of scary what has become of it. So I guess all I can say now is stop idolizing toxic characters and start realizing what is wrong with them and be better. And I'm not saying that you can't enjoy American Psycho. I think it is a great movie. I'm just saying, do not idolize Patrick Bateman. It's also strange that people tend to glorify and idolize murderers in general, in real life as well. But yeah, that's what I have to say about American Psycho. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more content. I'd like to thank our patron, Carrie Smith. Thank you very much, as always. Anyways, thank you for watching.